Hello, David. Thank you for doing a testimonial for us.
You're welcome. So I'll get started.
Yes, feel free.
So, there are several questions that have been asked about the testimonial, just as a model of relating my experiences. So the first one was, what was the reason why I started chiropractic? And I had very severe muscle spasms in my neck and upper back, and they were to the point severe enough that I actually found myself on the floor one night, and I had no idea how I'd gotten there, but I knew that I had a muscle spasm. So I was pretty concerned, so I decided to go to my regular doctor, who referred me to a neurologist, and he actually had done all kinds of brain scans and tests, etc., and came back and said, well, there's nothing wrong with you, which was not any help to me at all, because I was obviously having the muscle spasms. Went to physical therapy, and at the point when there was a good day, they said, well, you look great, and they cut me loose, and that was that, and I continued to have those spasms, and at that point had gone to a psychotherapist and a body worker, and so I was getting a little bit closer to a little alternative medicine, and ended up going through about 6 sessions, but eventually then went to a regular chiropractor. After about a year of that, it became clear to me that after manipulations I would end up going through the same kinds of experiences in my life. My body would tense up in certain ways, and then I would end up going back to the chiropractor where he would adjust me again. So that just kept me in sort of a loop. And a friend of ours had been going to a network chiropractor. So my wife and I started to go, and we had quite a different experience. And the results that we started to have was I became much more aware of my body and my spine. I was actually starting to get more tingling sensations, and there was one in particular that I really enjoyed. I'd be sitting in the chair, and I would feel this tingling at the top of my spine, and I could actually feel it work its way all the way down through, and I'd take this great big deep breath, and I would let all of this air out, and I would just feel so relaxed and calm. So at that point, as I was moving along through network chiropractic care, that seemed to be a much more reasonable solution to relieving muscle spasms. And it has worked for quite a few years. I'm at the point now where if I'm sitting or walking or laying in bed, that as I'm breathing, if I start to just let my body go, as my first chiropractor would tell me, he would suggest just don't think about it, just let it be at ease. I would start to find those places of tension and would breathe into those spaces, and have gone to the point where I am now actually physically manipulating my own spine to the point of actually feeling things pop, which is actually great. So there's a lot more body awareness for me. That is also tied into the experiences I have during the day. So if I find that I'm in a stressful situation or any kind of situation, and I just happen to remember to check in, I figure that, oh, there's a little bit of tension here. Well, why did I have that? And I think back to the experience that I just had. So it's given me so much more body awareness and realizing that the mind and body really are connected. So it feels like this upward spiral that is just continually getting better and better. So the more that I get into the moment during the day, feeling much more at ease, and then coming in for adjustments and just getting better and better at being quieter and calmer and listening throughout the day. So that's kind of the changes that I had not expected, was that it's just this continual spiraling up of learning more and more and getting more and more at ease. And I've had numerous people tell me, you always seem so very calm, which is a very good thing. So network chiropractic is definitely different than a normal chiropractic, and it has helped me a lot.
Great. Thank you so much, David.
You're welcome.
David, make sure you tell about your wife and your
Oh,
daughter.
you didn't get Diane, huh?
No, we didn't have her.
We're still recording.
We're still recording. Tell them that
Oh,
part
we
of the
are?
story.
Oh, yes. I'm supposed to tell you about really the big change. I thought my wife was going to do this. But when we were we had been trying for 11 years to have a child. So we had gotten to the point all the way to going to fertility drugs, and we decided no, we didn't want to have twins or triplets, so we decided to stop there. But we were at that point just starting chiropractic, and there was one day when we were down in Boston. I'll never forget this. My wife and I, we came out of an IMAX theater, and she said, "I feel really ill." And it turns out she was just laying on the couch outside the theater, and she thought it was from motion sickness. So that night she poked me and she says, "I'm pregnant." And I went, "No." I knew she knew, but I was still in denial until we got the tests. So we truly believe, we went back to the chiropractor, and he said that he had felt something. This was a network chiropractor. He had felt something let go. He didn't know which one of us it was, but it was that. So we ended up having a beautiful baby girl, and she's now 19 years old, which is about how long we've been in network care. So that was pretty amazing. So that's another high regard for doing chiropractic.
Great. Wow, that's awesome.
It was very cool.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.